Can you drift the new DLC cars? That is the question I've set out to answer. In this series, I'll be testing and ranking the drifting ability of each car released in the GTA Criminal Enterprises DLC. Now for episode 3, I'm going to be covering the brand new Imponte Ruiner ZZ8 and the Declasse Draugur. For each car released, I'll be testing its drifting ability and evaluate its strengths and weaknesses before giving my overall opinion on the car. At the end, I'll rank the car against the other vehicles released and then determine where it stands. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps out massively and you can stay tuned to much more GTA drifting and automotive content. Also, if you missed any of the previous episodes, you can go ahead and catch up in the playlist above. With all that being said, let's get straight into it. To start things off, let's have a look at the Ruiner ZZ8. Now the ZZ8 is a new muscle car with a lot of strengths going for it to help make it a competitive drift car. It's rear wheel drive and has a ton of power, which gives the car ample oversteer and makes it very slippery on low grip tires. Because of this, it has a very strong and consistent clutch kick, meaning the car is super controllable during drifts. This increased control means the car can hold some very smooth lines and can flawlessly transition between drifts at those slow to medium speeds. You can also play around with some more extreme and intense angles or entry styles, as this car can be thrown into the corners with a good amount of aggression. As always with rear wheel drive drift cars, you need to keep an eye on your throttle and steering input, but this is most important at those higher speeds for this car. This car does tend to suffer from rather twitchy and erratic handling at those higher speeds, but I still find it to be one of the most controllable cars from this update, especially when you compare it to the SM722. Another flaw that this car has is that at those higher speeds again, transitioning between drifts can be very difficult, as the car often experiences more grip and will want to straighten out, similar to the way the Redwood Gauntlet handles. This massively limits its high-speed drifting potential, but overall, the Ruiner ZZ8 is yet another very impressive drifter, and it really shines at those moderate speeds. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, it's the Declasse Draugur. Look, this thing isn't great, so I'm going to keep it brief. The Draugur, while it's a great off-road vehicle, it's absolutely abysmal at drifting. I know, it's an absolute shocker. At best, this thing can pull off a pathetic power slide, and at worst, it's completely useless. The vehicle's all-wheel drive, meaning it can't clutch kick, giving it very little control if you do manage to get it to slide. This, paired with its incredibly grippy nature and its tendency to straighten out after oversteering, makes it just an awful car to drift. I don't think anyone's going to be too surprised by that revelation, but I figured I might as well test it for the sake of covering every car from this update. So now that we've tested and evaluated the new cars, where do they stack up against the others from this DLC? For the Ruiner ZZ8, it's a very capable and very easy to control drift car. However, I do find it lacking in its potential due to its tendency to grip up and the erratic handling it does experience at high speeds. Therefore, I'm going to place it in a very well earned second place, just behind the more versatile and challenging SM722. Moving on to the Draugur, as you can probably expect, this thing is getting placed dead last, just behind the Corsita. As a grippy off-road vehicle, it has no business being drifted and you should stick to the trails with this thing. Therefore, the SM722 remains untouched at the number 1 spot. Now, if you're looking for a place to drift with other people, take part in drift events, or join car meets, join our Discord server linked below. And to see me drifting some of the most cursed cars in GTA 5, click this video here, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Make sure to tune in to next week's episode where we cover the new Camaro, and comment your thoughts on the new cars below. Thank you all very much for watching and have a wonderful rest of your day.